Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my mid-year tag, my best of 2026 so far. So I got these questions from Peace Love Books XO. I talk about her a lot. I follow her a lot. I don't know where she got them from, but I got them from her. I did see that she did not do her least liked or what authors that she doesn't like. I'm going to follow that. I want to be positive in my group. So you guys can always look at my Goodreads to see anything that I rate lower. But my accounts, I like to talk about what I like. So I want to keep that here. So up first is best books of 2026. So I am going to start with my top favorite books per month. So I have my trusty planner here. So my top book for January was Sunrise of the Reaping. Sunrise of the Reaping, what else can you say? For February was Silver Elite. I love Silver Elite. It was so good. It's a book one in a series. I still haven't read book two, but oh my God, did I love it. For March, it was Across the Vanishing Sky by Catherine Cowles. Again, Catherine Cowles, how can you not love it? In April, it was Eels of Wrath by, oh my God, her name just escaped me. Claire Contreras. It was her first fantasy book, and I really enjoyed it, and that ending gutted me. Then for May, Rights of the Starling, because Devney Perry, book two, oh my God, the story that she gave us, the parallel timelines, I was just completely captivated from start to finish. Absolutely loved it. And then for June was Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn. It was just such a fun read. I had so much fun reading and laughing and listening to that audiobook. It was a great palate cleanser. It was something that I needed, and it was just so good. For the first 6 months, my top book of all of them will be Sunrise of the Reaping. Rights of the Starling comes close second, but Sunrise of the Reaping was just so heartbreaking. I absolutely loved it. And then monthly, my 5 stars for January, I only had 1 5 stars. It was Sunrise of the Reaping, the best book. I did give A Hateful Negotiation by Tijan 4.5 stars, but honestly, my only 5 star of January was Sunrise of the Reaping. Absolutely loved it, highly recommended. In February, I had 2 5 stars. The first one was Final Target by Nora Roberts. It was an arc that I read and was absolutely amazing. I'm a big fan of Nora Roberts. I'm not even going to try and hide it. If she writes it, I will read it. But this one, I love the story. I love the journey. I was captivated. 5 stars for me. Highly recommended. And then the second book was Silver Elite by Danny Francis. Again, no words. Absolutely loved it. I'm a little scared of book 2 because people are saying that it becomes a love triangle, and I just don't want that. I love the hero from book 1, but I guess we'll see when I read it. But Silver Elite itself, 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. In March, I had 1 5-star read, Across the Vanishing Sky by Catherine Cowles. Again, Catherine Cowles, if she writes it, I will read it. This was her first book in her new Starlight Grove series, and it's a book of brothers, and Dex, we had met him before, and I loved getting his introduction, his story, his background, meeting his brothers, and it's just been an absolutely amazing ride. Can I wait to get the rest of them? Absolutely great read. Then for April, I didn't actually have a single 5-star read. My top book of that month was Eels of Wrath, and I gave it 4.5. It was really good, but it wasn't necessarily a 5-star for me, which is really crazy, but not having a 5-star read. Again, loved Eels of Wrath, but it just wasn't quite a 5 stars. You know, sometimes it happens. And then for May, I had 2 5 stars. The first one was Fury and Death. This was an advanced reader copy for J.D. Robb. The book comes out in September. I love this series. I talk about the In-Depth series a lot. I give most of her books, 4 stars in this series because it's a continuation on a case. So each book is a different case, but it's a continuation arc of the main characters. You get to know them, you get to see their friendship, their found family, the growth. It's been amazing. However, the case in Fury and Death touched me in ways that I have not had in a while in an in-death book. And you could see that it touched Eve too. I cried. I cried several times in this book. It touched me in so many ways, and it was so good. I absolutely loved it and will be raving about it forever. And then the second 5-star read was Rights of the Starling, which I absolutely love, highly recommend. Cannot wait for the final book in that series. Highly recommend this series, and will scream at the top of my lungs about it to anyone and everyone who would love to read that. And then in June, I had one 5-star read, Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn. Again, this was a palate cleanser. It was so much fun. I had so much fun listening to the book. It made me laugh. It was just such a fun book. Best sequel of 2026. For this one, I'm going to say Rights of the Starling. I have not read, so again, best of 2026 to date. I have not read Broken Dove, which is book 2 of Silver Elite yet, so I don't know where that stands. But to date, I will say that the best sequel that I have read is Rights of the Starling. I loved it, gave it 5 stars, absolutely amazing. I was just so captivated, could not stop listening, highly recommended. 5 stars for me. So to me, that was the best sequel of 2026, though I am very excited to read Broken Dove and see where that lands. Next is new release you haven't read yet but want to. Obviously, Broken Dove by Danny Francis is the second book in the Silver Elite series. I've already talked about it. I'm excited but scared to read it because, like I said, I've heard that it becomes a love triangle, and I do not accept that. I love the first one, the hero from the first one, but it'll be interesting to see what happens from the things that I've already heard about people who have read it, but I cannot wait to dive into it. I'm waiting because it's part of mine and my daughter's book club, Two Broads and a Book. So we do a wheel that picks our books, and it just hasn't come up yet, but we might sneak it in beforehand, but it's why I haven't read it yet. So the next one is most anticipated release for the rest of the year. So I do have to say that by the time you see this, Catherine Cowell's second book in the Starlight Grove series will be out, Into the Fading Twilight. I've already read it, but it was one of my most anticipated books for the second half of the year. 5 stars for me. So I had to just go ahead and throw that one in there. And then there is also Nora Roberts' new trilogy. So her new trilogy is a Coven of Three trilogy. The first book, Birth of the Witch, comes out November 17. I am so excited for that one. So those are the only ones that I can think of now. I'm sure there's a lot of books. The continuation of Catherine Cowell's series. I don't know when the next book comes out, but I'm excited for that. Laura Pavlov introduced a new series. I cannot wait to continue reading that. So I do have other books, but at the top are those. So the biggest surprise is the next question. And I guess for me, one of them was Fury and Death by J.D. Robb. Again, I love this series. I talk about it all the time. I will always talk about this series. And like I said, I've really enjoyed it and I love all the books. But Fury and Death, which is her next release that comes out in September, really surprised me because of how emotional it was. I cried. Like I said, I cried. So that was a huge surprise for me. Heart Smash by Brooke Blaine. I've been reading Brooke Blaine and Ella Frank as a duo. I've been reading a lot of their books and absolutely love them. And I had read some of Ella Frank's individual books and loved them. But Heart Smash was the first book that I read individually written by Brooke Blaine. And it, again, was so much fun. The chemistry, the couple, it was just so good. I gave that one 4.5 stars. It's an MM romance. It was a surprise for me because I wish I would have read her sooner because it was so good. Another surprise for me was Eels of Wrath by Claire Contreras. This was her first fantasy novel. I don't hear much about it from other people, but I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the story. Really enjoyed the world building. And that ending, oh my God, I cannot wait for the next book in the series. So up next is favorite new author, and this is easy for me. Silver Elite by Dani Francis. It's the first time that I read anything by her, and I absolutely loved it. I'm so excited to dive into book 2 for her. Romantasy is a newer type of genre for me, and I'm really enjoying it, and I love Silver Elite. So she is so far my favorite top new author that I've read this year. So the next one is my newest fictional crush. So I'll have to go with a few. So I'll go with Heart Smash first by Brooke Blaine. Sawyer Montgomery and Beckett Calder were absolutely amazing. I absolutely loved them. They're absolutely amazing. The way they were to each other, how caring they were, just absolutely love them. So definitely a new favorite crush. Then second one, or third, but from the second book, will be Wilder Wells from Till Summer Do Us Part. This one was just so much fun, and I loved Wilder. He was so easygoing with life. He just kind of went with the flow, and I loved how caring and patient and understanding he was with Scotty, and I just absolutely love them. And then the last one is Andreas from Rights of Starling. I don't want to say too much, but he was newly introduced in the second book. And though I love the Guardian, I love his sexiness, his protectiveness, his growling nature, there was something about Andreas in the storyline that we were reading and how much he loved his main female character. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to ruin it for anybody who hasn't read it, but I absolutely love them. So they would be my fictional newest crush from 2026 so far. And then up next is a book that made you cry. So there were two. Sunrise of the Reaping, because again, Sunrise of the Reaping, how can you not? That one made me cry. And then Fury and Death by J.D. Robb. I literally sobbed in this book. The story, I don't want to give too much for anybody who's reading it, but the main other character in this one, his story, what happened to him, what he does to get back at least some of what he lost in his mind, it just touched me and it made me cry, and I can't wait to talk about it more when it comes out, but it was absolutely amazing. And then books that made me happy. Right off the bat, and I'm just because of the stories, Heart Smash by Brooke Blaine and Till Summer Do Us Part by Megan Quinn. They were just great palate cleansers. The stories were fun and charming. There was some emotional aspects. There was some growth with the characters. But overall, those two books made me laugh and be happy while I read them and after I finished them. So I definitely have to say that. The most beautiful books that I bought this year. So I got this special edition of Silver Elite. I had to get it. It was absolutely amazing. And I'm trying to see if there was anything else that I got. Nope, that would probably be the most beautiful book that I've gotten to date so far. And then books you need to read by the end of the year. So obviously I have like the new releases that are coming up that I want to read. But I'm trying to think of other books that I want to read in general. So obviously, Broken Dove. I've talked about that book so much. I want to read Bloodbound by Ellis Hunter. I've heard very good things about that one. Trying to see what else I have. I want to read The Correspondent by Virginia Evans. I've heard a lot of great things about that, so outside of my normal genre, but I definitely want to read that. And then just new releases that I'm excited about. Obviously, in July, Into the Fading Twilight by Catherine Cowles. I'm very excited for that one. Falling for You by Natasha Madison. That is the first book in the new series. Let's see, August, I have Lost and Found by Tara DeWitt. The Cheerleader is Off Limits by QB Tyler. I love angsty. I love forbidden books, so I'm really excited about that. Let's see, in September, I don't really have anything big for September yet. I'm also traveling in September, so I don't have a lot of in my list yet. In October, I have The Lost Ones by Mia Sheridan. The Last Goodbye by Laura Padlov. Let's see. In November, obviously, I have the new Nora Roberts trilogy. The new book comes out that month. And then in December, I don't have anything yet. So that's kind of everything that I had out to date. I feel like this video has been all over the place, but that's just kind of a touch base of where I'm at right now. I did do my wrap up, and as you guys know, I am a little behind, but I am starting to get back into my reading. I'm sorry, I had my trusty little planner here that helps me keep track. I feel like I finished reading, what did I just finish reading? Why am I blanking? Into the Fading Twilight. An ALC, absolutely loved it. It's amazing. The next audiobook that I'm going to listen to is Genuine Lies by Nora Roberts. It's a reread for a Nora Roberts readathon that I do. And then I'm currently reading Into the Blue by Emma Brody with my daughter. It's a buddy read. So I'm getting back into it and stuff, but I thought it'd be fun for me. This would be the first time that I'm doing the mid-year freakout tag. And I was just excited to share some of the books and some of the things that I've been into lately, and hopefully me getting back into my love of reading continues. Until next time.